Let's move on now. The Union Cabinet approved the Motor Vehicles Act Amendment Bill 2016. There will now be heavy penalties for violation of safety road rules. The fine for driving without license will now go up 10 times to 5,000 rupees, while the penalty for drunken driving has also increased fivefold to 10,000 rupees. The important provisions include increase in compensation for hit and run cases from 25,000 rupees to now 2 lakh rupees. For seatbelt violation, the new proposed penalty will be 1,000 rupees. That's up from 100 rupees. The cabinet also recommended that for persons without helmets, the new proposed penalty would now be 1,000 rupees apart from suspension of license for 3 months. For seatbelt violation, okay, we'll tell you more about that bill in just a bit, but right now the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is speaking. Let's listen in.
Was not able to reach a consensus on it. But eventually it was the inherent maturity of Indian politics that prevailed. And not only were we able to achieve a consensus, I think the most significant aspect was that the bill was passed with unanimity. Of course, the unanimity was achieved because members of one of the political parties walked out. But even with that, there was an overwhelming consensus. And in achieving this unanimity, besides the first point that I made, that the inherent maturity of Indian politics did prevail, I think public opinion in favor of this uniform tax also had a very important role. Most voices were loud and clear in favor of a uniform goods and services tax in the country. In fact, we have very rarely seen a situation where there was a sense of public anxiety, almost an exasperation over the delay. Additionally, I think the role of the state governments was extremely positive. More and more state governments felt that this would help their revenues. Even the manufacturing states were of the opinion that this would help in plugging the leakages. This would expand their taxation base. This would ease the process of doing business in their states. And obviously in Parliament, it is MPs from states who are elected, who act in tandem with the opinion of their political parties and the state governments. And therefore it was an extremely difficult situation to reconcile that state governments belonging to almost all political parties were overwhelmingly in support of the bill, and it was therefore not plausible for members of Parliament to stand up in opposition. The government, of course, had marathon rounds of consultations. Over the last 2 years, we've had consultations at the level of the state governments, the chief ministers, the finance ministers, in the empowered committees. At the official level, we had a dialogue as far as the officials were concerned. And politically, we've been having a dialogue with almost every political party. And in the last phases of the dialogue, we were accommodative of various views, but without compromising on the fundamentals of the bill. And I'm sure once the GST is rolled out, doing business in India would be easier. It would help a very large body of traders, business people, also the citizens. अगर हम लंबे अर्जे में देखें तो टैक्स रेट नीचे आएगा और अगर टैक्स रेट नीचे आता है तो स्वाभाविक है कि बहुत चीजें और वस्तुएं ऐसी होंगी जिसकी दाम कम हो सकते हैं। अब आने वाले दिनों में इसका आगे जो रोड मैप है, हम लोग प्रयास करेंगे कि शीघ्र से शीघ्र उसको पूरा करके जो प्रक्रिया चल रही है इसको लागू किया जाए। लोकसभा की दृष्टि से हम लोगों ने नोटिस दे दिया है क्योंकि कुछ जो अमेंडमेंट्स एडिशनल की हैं राज्यसभा ने वो लोकसभा में जानी होंगी। उसके बाद देश की 29 विधानसभाओं में यह जाएगा। आजकल अधिकतर विधानसभाओं का मॉनसून सत्र चल रहा है और इसलिए
Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Minister of State, my colleagues in the Finance Ministry and dear friends. First of all, before I start the formal presentation about the next steps for implementation of GST, I would like to also place on record the contribution made by so many officers in making this bill a reality. In fact, for last 10 years this has been going on, and more so the level of discussions with the state level, this has been going on, and more so the level of discussions with the state level finance secretaries and the commissioners of commercial tax, with the CBEC officers, with the officers of central government. Last 2 years there has been intense number of meetings, so many meetings are held, and so many of our colleagues who are working at the state.
Okay, so that was the Finance Minister praising the efforts and the role of the state governments in the passage of that historic GST constitutional bill.